Hello everyone and welcome back to W12 Universe. I am your host Jitch and you are watching Friday Night SmackDown from San Antonio, Texas.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring, WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler.
Some people say Shawn Michaels managed to put 2 and 2 together. As it turns out, the Misfits were innocent in the attacking of Triple H that took place last week in the WWE Tag Team Championship match. So Shawn Michaels challenged Jerry Lawler to a one-on-one match here tonight. Michaels has pointed the finger at Lawler, and Michaels says it was Lawler who took out Triple H last week, and that's why he was on the scene so quickly. He wanted one last shot at glory, one opportunity at a championship, one opportunity to make a name for himself. So he decided to come out of retirement. Ain't it a coincidence how quickly he jumped to the aid of Shawn Michaels?
His opponent from San Antonio, Texas, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
So Michaels has said, you want a shot at glory? You want to step in the ring and make a big name for yourself? Fight me. Go one-on-one with me. I dare you. So here tonight, Shawn Michaels is going to go one-on-one with Jerry Lawler. Of course, Triple H has not sustained the worst of injuries. He should be able to return as soon as next week. But yeah, someone took him out backstage and Michaels is convinced, as it turns out, that it wasn't the Misfits, that it must have been Jerry Lawler. Which, when you piece everything together in a way, I suppose it does make sense. He does seem to want that one last shot at glory. He did jump to the aid of Shawn Michaels really quickly. How do we know we can trust him? Been a very, very long time since I last did a Universe episode. In fact, it's been a month since the last SmackDown was recorded. Well, from what I saw when I looked back. I mean, it happens. You know, I don't always get the most time to record this, and when things are going on in life in general, this is definitely the #1 series to get put on the back burner because it's not exactly recorded that often anyway. So sorry, I guess. We're back in action with it for now, though. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, it may go away again any day. You're not going to be like, it's back now. It is back at the moment. But, like, I don't know. I can never guarantee that it's going to stay back. I guess is more what I'm trying to say. Oh, quick, there's press by Jerry Lawler, and he's not holding back any punches. But then it was an opportunity for him last week, and he got absolutely annihilated by Booker T. What? By Christian and Tyson Kidd. Not really sure why Booker T came up thinking on it. They are in a match tonight. 2 members of the crew are going to go up against 2 members of Team Mysterio, Guerrero, and Cena. It's going to be Mysterio and Guerrero teaming up tonight as they're going to go 2-on-2 with Mark Henry and R-Truth. It's not Booker T, though. Ever so much closer to Survivor Series.
Oh, no.
Lawler working the leg, okay. Don't really know what his strategy is. Pretty sure his move is like a dive elbow from the second rope. So I'm not really sure what he was prepping for there. It's been so long since I recorded this that I forgot how this game looked. This is very strange for me right now.
What an incredible lariat.
Every game looks like it plays smoothly when you're recording SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 on the PS3, though. That game is very laggy. Fun, but laggy. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll give credit to Lawler. He's clearly trying to make a name for himself. I think he's technically a member of the SmackDown roster now. And I think he wants to really get out there, you know, maybe win that Intercontinental Championship, that WWE Championship, whatever he can. A tag team title. I don't think he's going to qualify for the light heavyweight title anytime soon. Speaking of the light heavyweight championship, Justin Gabriel has been dreading tonight as the man who seems to be out to steal his manager, The Rock, is set to go one-on-one with The Miz for the WWE Championship. That's our main event tonight. Should be a very interesting one. Tell you what, Lawler is absolutely all over Shawn Michaels right now.
Too slow. Beautiful counter.
Off the ropes, and Michaels with a rolling elbow.
I know you've forgotten more than your opponent has ever known. But you really
Honor of Triple H, former WWE champion. Not exactly had the hottest 2010.
Oh, geez, lights out.
elbow drop.
Neither of them have really, unfortunately. DX started things off in 2010 and late 2009 so strongly. You know, we're almost a year ago now at Survivor Series 2009, the first ever show we did, where Triple H became the inaugural WWE champion, and he's going to be missing this year's Survivor Series.
A vicious elbow drop delivered with a lot of force. Blocked.
Uh-oh.
You got lucky there, Jerry.
Don't talk to him like that. Talk about the wrestler. Momentum is a slow builder in this matchup, especially with how back and forward things have gotten between these two. I've got to give credit, you know, Lawler's obviously doing the whole laying it all on the line movement quite well. He knows what this is all about.
His shoulders are down.
He's got to make that impact. He's desperate.
All the damage to the torso. All the pain.
The ropes once again, and this time Michaels catches him. And big old suplex. Michaels now going up to the top, looking for the elbow drop, and he got it. And there's only one thing left to do. Watch the reversal. Oh! It hits twice as hard when you're not actually expecting it to hit.
One, two, three.
That's it for Jerry Lawler. 5 minutes on the dot. That was all he could do against Shawn Michaels, the second ever WWE champion. I guess it's not really a surprise.
Here's your winner, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is an Intercontinental Championship away from becoming the second ever Triple Crown champion. Like, he's an accomplished man, and so is Triple H, who's exactly the same. Both former WWE Tag Team and WWE champions. Well done, Shawn Michaels, on a big victory here tonight. Hopefully done Triple H proud as he comes out on top. But up next, tag team action is on the horizon. And here comes The Miz. What the hell is this guy's problem? He's just got to stand tall over everyone as much as possible. No one is allowed a moment as long as The Miz is the champion here on SmackDown at CM. Come back here on SmackDown. Let's make ourselves ready for this tag team match. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero finally teaming up once again.
San Diego, California, weighing 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is primed and ready for action here tonight. He's definitely not been looking on the up and ups of the win-loss records. Allow me to fill you all in. To my knowledge, he's not been doing particularly well. Oh no, what have you done? My browser is updated, guys. I don't like it. Why on earth would you put the search bar at the bottom? I'm so confused. Yeah, Rey Mysterio comes into this match 11-5 overall record, 9-9 this season. Obviously wants to be more on the upside of that. Former Intercontinental Champion, second ever Intercontinental Champion, and his tag team partner Eddie Guerrero comes in at 3-4 record. So again, you'd think he'd want to be on the upside of that sooner than later. They got a lot to go, especially when you consider that their opponents, the Crew as a faction, have a 5-4 win-loss record. But it does kind of go down a little bit when you see the individual records of the members. R-Truth, who is 10-15, he's 8-6 this season, really turned things around from his 2-9 year the year before. So he has done well for himself to kind of get back on top. Mark Henry, the same. You know, he spent the first year 1-8 record, only one victory in the first season. But here in the second season, Mark Henry 7-7 and 8-15 overall record. He's still on the losing side of things, most recently taking a loss to Eddie Guerrero. I believe a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, with a little help from John Cena. That's what set this match up in the first place. Whew. Oh, I never set up a tag entrance for them. Oops.
And their opponents, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
I mean, it works.
R-Truth.
I couldn't imagine they'd really have anything too flashy. They would just kind of walk down to the ring. Just maybe not so happy looking. Second I saw that WWE logo as the video, I knew I hadn't actually set anything up for them though. I think it's because I did a trio entrance for them once, which was mostly just for a scene. They're not really the kind of group that I wanted to give like tag entrances to and stuff. I don't always. A lot of the entrances in the game don't fit certain people, or like you've already used them on someone else and you don't want to like make it too repetitive. So there are a lot of people who come out separately because of that, pretty much.
And it looks like it'll be Rey Mysterio starting here. Hard impact to the back of the head.
Rey and Eddie got the privilege of teaming up with John Cena next Sunday at Survivor Series. That's, I guess in some people's eyes, that's a dream team. I can't really speak for that one myself. I do like Rey, Eddie, and Cena, but I don't know about them all together like that. However, their opponents at Survivor Series... Oh, okay, Mark Henry showing off his skills. Their opponents at Survivor Series are the Crew, which is a group that is really to be feared. I mean, they've made it clear that unlike the Misfits, unlike the United Kingdom, unlike any faction we've really seen before, their union isn't necessarily about winning championships. They're not necessarily looking to become, you know, an everyone is the champion type group like we've seen kind of multiple times over at this point. They're just bent on destruction and domination. Their plan is simply to just put a hurting on as many people as possible. They're not really concerned about the whole championship scene. At least not right now. At some point, they're going to want those title shots. Mark Henry is undeniably someone who could easily go for the WWE Championship down the line, after all. Especially whilst The Miz is on top. No disrespect to The Miz, but it's not really a guy I imagine someone like Mark Henry would have a lot of trouble with. Miz's biggest strong point is without a doubt the fact that he is able to make so many connections. He's got a bit of charisma backstage. He's able to kind of win people over somehow and get them following his every word. And I think that's kind of Miz's strong point. That's where Miz has the advantage in trying to overcome some of the bigger challenges. Certainly something you got to keep an eye out for tonight when he goes one-on-one with The Rock for the WWE Championship.
Oh, and he lands that one right to the head.
Kind of crazy to think that the Miz may not even be involved in the Survivor Series WWE Championship main event. As we know, in order to compete in a rematch for your championship, one must successfully defend the championship first, and tonight against The Rock is The Miz's first WWE Championship defense since winning the title.
Mysterio will use every part of his body to help pull out the win.
Look at the force behind that leg drop.
Oh, unloading with the right hand.
Mark Henry's building a case right now why he is the alpha
Seen
male of the the WWE.
Brie Bella backstage with The Rock already, making sure to keep him hydrated, keep him focused, ready for this. Brie Bella could soon be the manager of the next WWE Champion. It's a hell of a privilege for someone who is looking to manage so many people. Although, admittedly, she seems to have thrown Justin Gabriel to the side for the time being.
Agility was on display with that head scissors. Rey Mysterio has an incredible connection with the WWE.
Tag made to Eddie Guerrero, who was very quick to lean in there. You know, those two doing that move looked a lot more natural than when Henry and Truth did it.
And his connection with the fans really goes both ways. Our Truth.
Uh-oh.
Well, that'll send you to the chiropractor.
Next week, the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line here on SmackDown. We're going to be seeing the team of Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel get their opportunity against the Misfits' very own Christian and Tyson Kidd. That is sure to be a really good tag team match, if I had to guess. I mean, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, they got a lot of potential as a tag team. Christian and Tyson Kidd, you could say exactly the same. I think this is going to be a really great tag team matchup, no doubt about it.
Tag team contest underway. Both of these teams have been very game so far.
Kind of makes you wonder, going into 2011, will we see a lot of what we've been seeing here in 2010, with the rise of factions being a thing here in SmackDown and Raw? The United Kingdom over on Raw, whilst we got the Misfits and the Crew here on SmackDown. And of course, we've already seen in the past, you know, the Powerhouse, the Nexus, quite a few tight units that have formed over the years. We have to wonder if they're going to be dominating going into 2011, especially if they're all going to be holding championships still going into 2011. You know, we're here in November, we're at the very end of the year. There's still time for some change.
The arm up.
Yow! Look at this hole. He may have him here. Hey!
He was determined, had bragging rights, that neither Raw nor SmackDown's factions, the United Kingdom or the Misfits, were the superior faction. We never really got a clear-cut answer when they faced off. As the tag team champions, we found that Christian and Tyson Kidd were superior to Wade Barrett and William Regal. But for the singles champions, between Drew McIntyre from the United Kingdom and John Morrison from the Misfits, it was McIntyre who was superior. But to kind of even the score and have that third win, when the world champions faced off, Sheamus and The Miz, I don't know why I forgot his name for a minute there, it's literally called the Misfits, when those guys faced off, it was the Big Show from ECW who was named the superior out of them. So they didn't really ever see a victory that determined who was the better leader. They both lost. I mean, if you want to go by who outlasted who, then Sheamus is superior to The Miz. The Miz was the first to be eliminated from that match, but Big Show's got a lot of history with The Miz. It's not a surprise that he went for him and got him out right away.
He may be intent on breaking the arm. Wow!
Big Show used to do The Miz's bidding at the very start of this year here on SmackDown, when they were tag team champions, and it was basically The Miz was claiming he was the tag team champion. The Big Show was just kind of his backup. That ended up working out well for The Miz, didn't it? I think it's something that John Morrison, Christian, and Tyson Kidd have all got to bear in mind, whether they want to or not, is the fact that Miz has shown that any tag team partner he has is very expendable in his eyes. Eddie Guerrero, oh my god, this is some serious strength. You could tell from the struggle to get to his feet with each move, though, that he definitely was struggling to lift this 300-pound man and brain busted her. Is this going to be enough? Rey nowhere in sight, and Mark Henry, despite being lifted and slammed repeatedly by Eddie Guerrero, is able to kick out at one. Brainbuster, not exactly the most trusty finisher of Eddie Guerrero, though, not something we see him pull out for the win very often. More often than not, it's the frog splash that gets the job done. Here's a very random pin attempt on R-Truth. I don't know quite what he was thinking there. I respect the attempt, but I don't have to understand it.
And there's a tag.
Truth's back into the ring as he makes the tag to Mark Henry. The big man constantly being in this match and showing off his skip-up skills. Oh boy. Eddie Guerrero now looking to be in some real serious trouble. Bear hug. Not what I was expecting. I was thinking more World's Strongest Slam, but locking in a bear hug and a DDT to get out of that one.
Oh my gosh. Eddie was on the wrong end of that one.
And there's the submission. This might be it.
Back and forward these two go. Escape there.
How is this possible?
This fight has gotten real intense. Eddie Guerrero now? What's he gonna do here? No freaking way! Oh my god! Eddie's a beast. I'm sure we'll get them all off the juice in a few years, don't worry.
Come on, let him go.
And he makes the tag.
Tag made to R-Truth. What are Henry and Truth gonna do? Yeah, okay. Oh! Alright.
Man, this is one of those matches you just like to sit back.
Really worked hard to wear out Eddie Guerrero in this match. Rey Mysterio has really got to get tagged in at some point. You know, right up in his face. Rey has just kind of watched from the sidelines whilst Eddie has been pounded for this match. And just as I say that, here's the tag finally made to Rey Mysterio, who is coming in like a house of fire. Is he going to actually be able to get the job done, though, against R-Truth, who is also quite fresh in the match? No, he's just going to stare at him. He does have really nice hair. I can respect why you'd want to stare at R-Truth. Got him set up in the ropes. And Rey Mysterio now, very quickly, 619. Eddie might want to get in there. You might want to watch Rey's back here. This could be enough to get the job done, but we've got to keep Mark Henry at bay. And he still was able to get it done. Well done, Rey! Spent all about a minute in that match, and you got the job done. Nice one. While Rey and Eddie continue to succeed, this is, I believe, maybe the second time they've ever teamed up, but really, honestly, looking great here. These two could go the distance one day. Maybe we're looking at future WWE Tag Team Champions. What a big victory over the Crew as we move on to our next match of the night.
Scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Jacksonville, Florida, Kelly.
Well, Kelly back in action here on SmackDown. We haven't seen the women on SmackDown in a little while. Obviously, our Divas champion being quite preoccupied with Karma over on Raw. But Kelly looking to make an impact here tonight. The women of SmackDown kind of seizing the opportunity to maybe step up, take the spotlight a little bit. I don't think she's got the greatest record of all time. I don't think a lot of the women do, unfortunately. There's kind of been two women that have sat at the top of that totem pole, and everyone else has just kind of suffered losses at the hands of them.
And her opponent from Denver, Colorado,
What the hell is going on with this keyboard? Okay, Kelly goes into tonight's match. 1-2 record this season, 2-6 overall. A former Divas champion, believe it or not. She got very lucky at WrestleMania earlier this year, at the very start of this year, by winning that Divas Championship Battle Royal. It featured every woman from Raw, and she just about managed to win the match and bring the championship over here to SmackDown, where she lost it almost instantly to Maurice. Eve really not far behind though, 1-7 overall record, 1-3 this season. Kelly, believe it or not, actually has one more victory than someone.
So this will be a 1-fall
one less loss too. So they're actually even in terms of the amount of matches they've had. It's just that Eve holds one less win and Kelly one more. I got the words out eventually. So this one's all about kind of making a name for yourself, kind of building yourself up that little bit more, and that's what both these two are kind of looking to do in this match, I'd have to imagine. We're in the feeling out process. I feel like we could really use an additional show a week to kind of feature some of the lesser utilized people. There are a lot of people on both Raw and SmackDown that don't really get a lot of the spotlight. We know that one tag team that's been very upset just lately are the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk, who have been insistent that they deserve the spotlight. They should have been in the Contenders match, and they should be the ones challenging for the WWE Tag Team Championships next week. We've got a lot of frustration in terms of that. I feel like we could really use the return of Superstars or NXT, but unfortunately there's just not enough room in the week for that, so that won't be happening. But I believe we're trying to get a little more focus on some of the lesser utilized stars of both Raw and SmackDown. And of course, SmackDown struggles quite a bit, as does Raw in one sense, and that's the women's divisions. You know, Raw only got 7 women on its brand, SmackDown 6. If I'm not mistaken. It might be the other way around. I think it might be Raw with 6 and SmackDown 7. I can't honestly remember. One of the two has one less than the other, though. I know that. Working the leg of Kelly quite effectively. Women like Eve and Kelly, they say they've been looking forward to seeing someone come out with both the championships on Survivor Series, because as long as only one woman is holding both championships, yes, it means there's yet another woman they've got to contend with on their brand, but also they're really looking forward to the idea that that means there's one less champion in the world whilst they're holding both, of course. So there's less for them to try and compete for the attention of for. Eve's gotten off to a good start in this match. She's managed to get quite a bit of offense in on Kelly, and that's been quite impressive. I wonder if I can see what their most recent matches are. Kelly was most recently seen over 2 months ago, at the end of August, 27th of August, with a loss to Natalya, who I believe would have been Divas Champion at the time, here on SmackDown. Whereas Eve's most recent match was... Oh, sorry, the end of August is 3 months ago. Right, yeah. Whereas Eve 2 months ago in September, when she lost to Beth Phoenix here on SmackDown. So neither really, as I say, gotten much attention lately. Tell you what, they could potentially look into as uniting. As we've seen in the past, that's worked out well for some people. We've got the Divas of Doom, Natalya, and Beth Phoenix here on SmackDown. We've had Lay Cool here on SmackDown, Michelle McCool and Layla. We've got the Bella Twins, and I think there may be more than that, but I'm not entirely sure. Generally seems to work out well, though. That was a really nice move there by Eve. Is it going to be enough to get the job done over Kelly? There you go, Eve pinning a former Divas champion, and definitely settling the score, as she's now got a 2-6 record, whereas I believe Kelly's now got a 2-8 record. No, wait. No, 2-7, whereas Kelly's now also got 2-7. Yeah, there you go. She just tied their scores, if I'm not mistaken. Nice one. Well done to Eve. Up next, the WWE Championship is on the line. The Miz is going to defend that title against The Rock, and we've already seen what kind of a mood he's in after striking Shawn Michaels in the face with the WWE Championship. But from what we've heard backstage, The Rock's been acting a little funny. As I say, The Rock's been acting a little funny. You kind of see it in his step there. Tried to get an interview with him. Apparently he was just speaking a load of nonsense backstage. Oh! Interestingly enough, I've noticed that Brie Bella has not come out with The Rock. I said before, The Rock was under intensive care of Brie Bella all day, and interestingly enough, as he's approached for an interview, acting quite strange, walking a little odd, something wasn't quite right, and now The Miz obviously realizing this, he's come to capitalize on it. This WWE Championship match is officially underway, believe it or not. Despite no formal introductions, this is for the championship. Something just doesn't feel right with the way that The Rock is acting in the ring right now. Normally he'd be laying the SmackDown, as he says, on The Miz. And Miz! Beating The Rock in less than a minute to retain would be incredible. Rock able to reverse that. And he got him from behind. Skull-crushing finale. You gotta be kidding me. This would be absolutely, like, historical. Okay, I was gonna say. Notice how The Rock got to his feet, though. As I say, something's just not right. And I'm finding it very curious, the fact that Brie Bella is nowhere to be seen. I hope The Rock hasn't been set up this whole time. Regardless of what happens in this match, The Rock is out of the match at Survivor Series if he loses this match, and The Miz is out of the match if he loses this match. Stone Cold Steve Austin returns to action next Sunday at Survivor Series and a rematch for the WWE Championship. We've not seen him since his championship loss. And he was attacked 4-on-1. Still forced to compete and defend that championship. What is happening right now? Rock already holding his head as if, like, to show that something's not right. Oh, and Miz obviously trying to capitalize on that as best as he can, and here's another kneeling DDT. And Miz going for a second skull-crushing finale on The Rock, and okay, The Rock's able to still fight back. He's really not willing to take that move right now. Clearly something off with the head of The Rock. Miz strikes out the knee, and oh, okay, once again, skull-crushing finale connecting on The Rock. I mean, a second one. The Miz was insistent he could beat The Rock in less time than The Rock beat him the last 2 weeks, and 2 minutes and 45 seconds is definitely impressive. I don't know what happened to The Rock here tonight, but we can make some assumptions based on what I told you all before. Brie Bella was making sure to keep The Rock hydrated, and then appeared to be absent. I get a feeling The Rock was set up this whole time. Something just doesn't quite feel right. Well, The Miz is still the WWE Champion. Thank you all for watching this episode of SmackDown. I don't really know what to say. It's been a bit of an injustice. But I'll tell you what, The Miz ain't going to get that lucky next Sunday at Survivor Series. Brie Bella's got nothing to do with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I hope we get some justice and some answers for what happened to The Rock next week. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on Raw.